Hi everyone, it's me, Lady, or Lele, whichever one you prefer to call me. Today's video is going to be very special because I am going to be drawing 3 of my friends as all 3 members of Huntrix from KPop Demon Hunters. Over the past few months, I have been sketching out all of these pictures that my friend Angie made. If you guys want to subscribe to her YouTube channel, here it is right here. I absolutely love her. She is amazing. But like I said before, over the past few months, I have been sketching out these pictures and I think they turned out pretty well. So I'm going to show y'all. So this one right here is Angie. That's Angie right there. And then if you turn the page, you will see my other 2 friends. If I can get this to work. Okay, so this is Switch, right? And last but not least, you turn, you have Henry. And like I said before, my friend Angie, she was the one who actually made all of this. I was the one who sketched it out on my sketchbook. So I'm going to show y'all the original pictures. So this is the original picture of Angie. This is the original picture of Switch. And this is the original picture of Henry. And I also have the pictures on my computer screen so that I can do a comparison for both of them. So there's actually going to be a 3-parter to this. The first part, which I'm going to do today, I'm going to do Angie first. Then my next video, I'm going to do Switch. And then after that, I will do Henry. So without further ado, let's get into drawing Angie. I'm going to be using colored pencils. And yes, Angie needs a lot of colors. So you have a bunch of colors here like ruby red, scarlet red, rouge, orange, yellow, golden yellow, leaf green, apple green, sea green, cerulean, ultramarine, I believe that's how you say it, cobalt blue, light sky blue, pastel blue, ink blue, eggplant, purple, lilac, coffee, black, white, and light gray. Let's go ahead and start off with her little hat. I'm going to use cerulean for that. Alright, now that that's done, I'm going to use black to draw the lines that she has on her hat. And I'm also going to outline it with some black as well. Okay, now I'm going to color a bit more of the hat in with cerulean again. Alright, now it's time to color in her hair, and I am going to be using eggplant for that. So let's start off with the bangs. Now her hair is just a bit lighter than what it actually should look like, but it's okay. But now I'm going back in with the black, and once again I am going to trace it. Now let's work on her face. So I'm going to use these 3 colors, coffee, black, and white. So yeah, let's start off with the black. For the black, I'm going to color in this part of her eyes, as well as her eyebrows. And I'm going to color in her eyes. Wow, coloring in her eyes just really makes it pop. I don't even know what to say. I'm going to use white to color in the inside of her eye. I know that y'all can like barely see it, but it's there. It's there. But now I'm going back in with the black and tracing this part. Now here's the thing, I completely forgot her nose, so I'm going to use the black color pencil to make that. It looks somewhat okay, at least. But now I'm going to use coffee to color in her face. Okay, now going back in with the black color pencil, I'm going to retouch her smile and her nose a bit. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with eggplant and I am going to color in the rest of her hair at the top. And of course, just tracing it with some black. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so now I'm going to color in her ear with coffee. And then she's got some cute earrings, so we're going to need sea green and ultramarine, or however the heck you pronounce it. I don't even know. So first I'm going to use sea green for this earring right here. And then ultramarine, or however the heck you pronounce it, for the top. And then trace it with some black. Okay, so now we're going to work on her top and also her jacket. But first I'm going to use coffee for the top part right here. That's going to be her neck. Now we're going to trace it in just a second. But for right now, let's go ahead and work on her top. So for her top, she's going to need some scarlet red, orange, yellow, apple green, cobalt blue, and purple. And I'm also going to add a bit of cerulean. I will show y'all what that is for in just a minute. For right now, let's go ahead and use scarlet red, and I'm going to color it from here all the way down here. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with cerulean and I'm going to color in this part and also her necklace. And now I'm going to use yellow for the little star that she has on her necklace. Now let's color in the rest of her shirt. So I'm going to use orange for this line, yellow for this line, and so on and so forth. So let's do it. Alright, done with coloring in her shirt. Now I'm going to use coffee again for this part, and this is her waist part. Alright, now let's go ahead and work on her jacket. So for her jacket, I'm going to use sea green, yellow, black, white, cerulean, ink blue, and also leaf green, which I forgot to pull out for some reason. Oh, and I'll need red as well. Scarlet red, that is. So let's go ahead and start off with the badges that she has here. So let's start off with this one right here. I'm going to do that as yellow. Now I'm going to use some black just to make a little shape. Now I'm going to use the black again, and I'm going to make some little stripies. Now going in with some white to clean it up a little bit. And then going in with a bit of leaf green. Again, you can barely see it, but it's there. Now I'm gonna work on this badge right here. So I'm going to need some ink blue, wherever the heck that is. Oh, okay, I cannot find the ink blue. Okay, oh, here's the ink blue. Okay, so I'm gonna use ink blue, and I'm going to color in this part, the bottom part. And I'm gonna color in this first circle right here. Now I'm gonna use sea green, scarlet red, and yellow to color in all the other 3 circles. So let's start off with sea green. Okay, now I'm gonna use cerulean to color the rest of the badge in. Alright, so now you see where it says ride the cyclone, I believe that's what it says. I'm going to color, or well, trace that with some scarlet red. Okay, now it's time to color in her jacket, and I'm going to use sea green for it. Okay, so that took a while, but it was worth it. So now I'm going back with the black color pencil, and I am going to start tracing again. Okay, so now that that's done, let's go ahead and color in the rest of her hair. So going back in with eggplant, I'm going to color in the rest of her flawless hair. Okay, so I'm done coloring her hair, and well, the color kind of ran out, so I am gonna have to sharpen it. But it's a good thing that I finished the hair before this happens. So now let's go ahead and trace it with black, of course. Alright, now let's go ahead and work on her shorts. So for her shorts, I'm gonna need purple, rouge, ruby red, golden yellow, light sky blue, light gray, and cobalt blue. So let's go ahead and start off with these details that she has on her shorts. So we're gonna need light gray, light sky blue, golden yellow, rouge, and ruby red. So let's go ahead and start with golden yellow, and I'm going to color in this little ring that she has on here. Now I'm going to use light sky blue to color in this part right here. Now I'm going to use ruby red to color in her little heart. And rouge to trace the outline of this. Now going in with the light gray, I'm going to color in this little thing that she has right here. going to use cobalt blue for her little belt. And now let's use purple to color in the rest of her shorts. Alright, now I'm going to use the black to trace it, of course. Alright, so now before we color in her legs, I want to color in her hands. So I'm going to use coffee for that. Alright, now let's color in her little sword here. So for the sword, I'm going to use pastel blue, light gray, and golden yellow. Let's first use light gray. I'm going to color in most of the area of the sword, not all of it though. Alright, now I'm going to use pastel blue for the other side of the sword. So first I'm going to make a strong pastel blue line. And now I'm going to color in the rest. Now I'm going to use golden yellow for this part of the sword. And now I'm going to use black to trace everything that I just drew. So her hands and the sword. Alright, now it's time to work on her legs. So I'm going back in with the coffee. I'm going to color in her legs. Alright, done coloring in the legs, and just like eggplant, coffee decided to start to run out. So another one that I'm going to have to sharpen, I guess. But now let's work on her shoes, and we are almost done, thank goodness. So for her shoes, I'm going to need ultramarine, or however the heck you pronounce it, I don't even know, lilac and ink blue. I'm going to start off with lilac, and I'm actually going to turn the page a bit so that I can make her laces. I know it looks bad, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. But now I'm gonna use ultramarine, or however the heck you pronounce it, I don't even know anymore. And I'm going to do this. Now I'm gonna use ink blue to color in the rest of her shoes or boots. Okay, now before I trace it, I'm going to go back in with lilac, and I am going to retouch her laces. Alright, now we're going to outline it with black. Okay, looking good. All I have to do is to color in Angie as Rumi, and I think I know what to use for that. So I'm thinking of coloring Angie using the colors of her shirt, and then coloring as probably black or something like that, and then Rumi as her colors, like yellow, white, blue, pink, you know, all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this is the final result of Angie as Rumi. As you can see, I made a bunch of changes, so let's go ahead and talk about them. So as you can see, I colored everything in with the same colors that I used, mainly because I want the colors to be more solid. But now let's talk about her hair. So I originally used eggplant for her hair, but it was a bit too purple for me. So I went in with some purple gray, which is what I was originally going to use. And it would have worked out anyway because her hair looks really good. And when I mix both eggplant and purple gray together, it gives a really cool purple color, which I really love. Now for her boots, I originally used ink blue for her boots, but it was too blue for me, so I went in with some purple gray, and I think I got the color somewhat perfect. And of course for the laces, I added some lilac on there, and it was supposed to be like this, but I forgot to add that detail, so I added it. And unfortunately, it didn't really show up for like the X's on her boots, so I just kind of forgot about it. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today, and in my next video I will be drawing and coloring in Switch as Zoe, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, comment, rate, subscribe, and ring the bell if you want to see more videos like these, and I will see you all in my next one. So yeah, bye for now.